Hey guys, Dr. Jeff Ulery of Whole Body Health with my trusty sidekick Price. I want to talk about sitting postures. They're really important and we really mess them up a lot, and it actually will contribute to a lot of discomfort in the shoulders, neck, mid back, and sometimes low back as well. So we're going to use the patio furniture because it's such a beautiful day. And Bryce, let me just have you sit down like you'd normally sit if you were on your phone. Go ahead and pull that phone out. Okay. And so that's one posture that we'll see people use a lot. And so what I'm going to do is talk about the places we need to sit in the chair. And the types of chairs matter, but really it's how we sit in the chair. I have a lot of people want to know what kind of office chair should I buy. It's really how we use a chair more than what kind of chair or what kind of chair it is. So scoot forward to the middle of the chair. What we'll often do a lot of times is we'll sit like this. So go ahead and lean back and kind of just act like you're on your phone. And so this is a very common posture. I actually see people doing this in the office quite a bit as well. And so I'll use that opportunity to coach and correct. So the middle of the chair is the most dangerous part of the chair because we'll do this. What we're doing is we're actually sitting back on our tailbone. And so when we sit on our tailbone, it immediately turns the pelvic floor off and it tightens up the hip flexors. Turns off the hip flexors too, but they'll get tight, and then it'll create a competition between the hip flexors and the glutes. It'll also cause a lot of tension in the low back, and again, because that head's rocked forward like this, it's going to create a lot of tension and discomfort back here as well. So it could, anywhere down the back or the entire back could actually be one of those things that it could irritate and aggravate. So this is a very common posture, especially in like a recliner. I got a really fancy recliner, and before long it was really starting to bother my back, and I figured out that that recliner actually puts you in this posture naturally. So do oversized couches and oversized chairs. So let me coach him up a little bit. There's two places that actually you want to sit in the chair. Go ahead and put your phone away, please. You want to move to the front of the chair. Okay, and so when you're in the front of the chair, you're sitting on the sits bones instead of the tailbone. And so that's actually, it's naturally more comfortable to sit upright. Go ahead and slouch like you would, okay? And is that comfortable to you? No. Okay, so when you're in the front of the chair, slouching, go ahead and come back up, is uncomfortable. But if you move to the middle of the chair, now go ahead and do your, that actually becomes more comfortable. And sitting upright will fatigue you more quickly. So as soon as you get to the middle of that chair, people automatically want to roll those hips forward, sit on their tailbone, and it's more comfortable in that position. So that's the danger zone of the chair. And then you also want to move back all the way. You can put your hips all the way back in the chair and sit back. Now the challenge is over time, people will end up sliding their hips forward a little bit, and they'll end up sitting on that tailbone again. So what I do to keep people out of that position, as I step out and come back in, is we'll put a pillow or something else behind the back. This may be a little bit too big, so scoot up a little bit. Now slide hips all the way back. And does that feel more comfortable to you?
For sure.
Easier to sit upright?
Definitely.
Okay. Or if you got a jacket, especially on an airplane seat is the absolute worst chair on the planet. And so I always make sure I carry an extra jacket or something that I can use. This is Judy's jacket, and so that she let me borrow. And I'm just going to fold it and roll it. And so this is something you could do as well. Go ahead and lean back. You can do this in the car. It's very easy to do in a car. You can also, in an office setting where I'm at a doctor's office or an accountant's office, or I'm in an office setting and I forgot to bring something, I'll grab some magazines, 2 or 3 magazines, and I'll roll them up and put them by my back as well. In my office, we always have magazines, so you can use that if you want to. But those are the magic tricks for your posture. Just make sure you're using the back of the chair or the front of the chair and stay out of that middle zone, and that'll help your back pain and discomfort quite a bit.